Donald Trump appearing to soften his position on temporarily banning Muslims from coming to the U.S. Throughout his campaign, the ban has been a blanket one, applying to all Muslims. But over the weekend, during his business trip to Scotland, Trump saying his plan would focus only on those from countries with a proven history of terrorism against the U.S. Listen.
Mr. Trump, you said that a Muslim coming into the U.S. would not bother you, so does that mean your proposed Muslim ban has changed a little bit?
Wouldn't bother me.
So can a Muslim from Scotland come into the country under your temporary Muslim ban? Can a Muslim come in right now from the U.K.?
Stay back.
Lou, is he changing his tone a little bit?
No, but the reporters certainly sounded a little frantic, didn't he? I mean, why? Just relax.
He's trying to get the scoop.
Relax. All he had to do was watch Donald Trump's previous 2 speeches on foreign policy, and he would have noted that Trump had added already, before going to Scotland.
That's right.
That only those places where jihad and acts of terrorism were being carried out against the United States would be part of the ban. He had already mitigated his absolute and broad statement to that. So I think that it sort of shows you kind of what the international press, or if that was the national press traveling with him, they're a little frantic and a little eager to find some sort of contretemps.
Imagine
and they
that.
look like complete fools when they do it.
But, you know, the other side is going to say you're getting a glimpse of the Donald Trump that says he's going to do one thing, and then if he gets in, he's going to do something else.
Yeah.
Right, Kennedy?
Yeah, and when I look at this, I think that it's not going to necessarily pacify groups that are already dubious of him. At the same time, I'm wondering if it's going to in any way be off-putting to people who fully support him. And, you know, people in this country who are paying attention to the Brexit, they see the parallels between what's happening there, and a lot of people see the Brexit as a referendum on immigration. And for people who want that to happen in this country, when he is employing his flexibility, as he calls it, is he really selling out?
In the same way, precisely the same way, that every primary victor has sold out moving to the general election. That, if there is anything that is predictable as the sunrise in the east, it is that a primary winner will move more toward the center going into the general election, and has.
But those are politicians. He's supposed to be sort of an anti-politician.
Well, if you've bought that part of the discussion, then you can deal with the rest pretty easily.
I don't even think that this is, I mean, this isn't even mitigating towards the middle that much. I mean, this is just kind of logical and makes sense. You can't have a straight-up religion test on people coming into the country. I mean, this made more sense, this idea that, you know, we may be a welcoming nation, but we're not stupid. So if you're coming from a place that has a ton of people that want to show up and bomb us, then, you know, we're going to have to take a pause here for a moment. But this is just taking it to its logical conclusion, as opposed to saying you're going to ban people based on their religion.
So what I hear him doing is getting closer to what President Jimmy Carter did during the Iran hostage conflict that was going on, when our men and women were held hostage. And that was that people coming from that nation would have to declare that they were against the regime that was doing these horrible things. And so it is a litmus test, if you will. And so I see him sort of moving more toward that language. What do you think?
I think you're exactly right. And I do think that this is sort of the best examination of where we are as a society right now in a body politic. To do the rational thing, that is to understand and to vet people we bring into this country as refugees, to know who they are, what they've done, and who they're associated with, somehow is pushed by the national liberal media and the left as utterly irrational and just not done in America, because we're too stupid for that sort of thing.